Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Two Peas Out the Pod with Johnny and Shay.
Hey, what's up, guys?
So, some movies don't just entertain, they hypnotize. 1986 Labyrinth didn't just give us goblins and fantasy, it gave us David Bowie in one of the most iconic roles of his career. Now, decades later, Hollywood dares to open the gates again with a reboot. But here's the question: can any film recapture Bowie's spellbinding presence, or is the new Labyrinth destined to be lost in its own maze? Stick around because at the end, we've got bonus content, little known Labyrinth secrets that even diehard fans may have missed.
Yeah, so the only thing I just want to say is this was a children's film, and if you rewatch it like I did, you will notice a lot of sock issues with David Bowie's crotch area.
Wow.
I'm just saying, I was like, wow, bro, this was a children's
I think they stuffed it with socks.
yeah, I think it did.
So, anyways, guys, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into Jim Henson's cult fantasy masterpiece, The Labyrinth.
And we're also jumping into David Bowie's situation he had happening down there.
And exploring what's ahead for the reboot that's been in the works for years.
All I'm gonna say is, are they gonna be doing a lot of crotch shots too?
I don't know. I
I
guess
hope
it
not.
depends on if it's a guy or a girl. We'll talk about that later.
That means it'd be toes and socks. Toes and
Wow.
socks.
So the original movie was from 1986, obviously, directed by Jim Henson, and was more than just another fantasy flick. It was a puppetry revolution.
Hey, don't forget my boy George Lucas helped
I'm going to
bankroll
talk
that.
about him
I was
too.
about to say, gotta give it out to George Lucas and
So
Lucas Entertainment.
Jim Henson and his Creature Shop created over 100 characters for the movie, mixing practical effects with surreal world building.
Yeah, I gotta say, what was that famous painting that we were talking about? I said,
I don't remember.
oh man, I gotta look it up. It's towards the end of the film,
I thought you
but
were supposed to take diary notes.
I did you see me when I was watching the movie? I was more watching into the movie than you were.
I was watching the movie just because I have to do other things around the house rather than just sit there and watch a movie all night. Sorry. Like, give the baby a bath, cook dinner, do the dishes,
Right.
right? At the center of it all, David Bowie as Jareth with the TH, don't know why. He was the Goblin King. Bowie didn't just act, he turned the role into performance art, blending menace, charm, and rock star weirdness into one unforgettable character.
And don't forget, he was the original. OnlyFans.
Why?
I mean, look at it, yo. Seriously, just with just the movements he was doing with the socks.
Wow. You're going to talk about these socks
I'm
all
talking
night?
about the socks
Jeez.
now.
So Jennifer Connelly, only 14 at the time, we had to look it up. I didn't actually realize who it was. She played Sarah, the teenager on a quest to rescue her baby brother. The film bombed at the box office, but like many cult classics, it refused to die. Fans grew, VHS sales surged, and The Labyrinth became a generation-spanning phenomenon.
I'm gonna say I have seen her in Requiem of a Dream. That was a great movie.
She's in, what'd you say, Top Gun too?
Yeah, and the new one that Maverick, and she was also in Beautiful Mind.
Mm.
I didn't even know that.
She looks like not famous. She looks recognizable in her pictures now, but when she was a kid, I didn't recognize it. So,
That's good.
yeah. So, guys, Jim Henson, he was born in 1936 in Mississippi. He died at the age of 53 in 1990 from a sudden bacterial infection, shockingly young given his influence. And they said it was something to do with his lungs.
Mm.
So, his signature creation was obviously The Muppets, which started as a series of short TV skits in the 1950s and later became a global empire. He believed the puppets weren't just for kids, they could tackle deep, emotional, and even dark storytelling.
Well, I do know that Jim Henson did do commercials for black and white
Yeah, we
for
saw
the
that. We saw one when we were watching a documentary, and it was about dog food.
yeah, and Ralph the dog, the Muffet. That's actually the precursor of how he became what he is. Same thing with Kermit the Frog. He was actually on the late night television broadcast, which was I wouldn't kind of like watching late night show in a way, but just with Muppets.
And then we saw the one with, the Cookie Monster was eating Cheez-It snacks. They weren't Cheez-Its, it was a knockoff one,
Yeah,
but it was in black and white too.
it's the precursor to become Cookie Monster for Sesame Street.
So beyond the Labyrinth, he had other major works as well. So the Muppets, where he created Kermit the Frog, and it was Henson's alter ego and his voice. And then he obviously brought the Muppet Show to worldwide fame in the 1970s, and then produced movies with that, the Muppet Movie and the Great Muppet Caper.
He also was known for making a another television show, which only cult followings or people like my folks that actually got us HBO, and you were able to watch Fraggle Rock, which was
Mhm.
that was another one. But that one was really tackling some tough issues. They talked about there was this one I remember one episode there was this occultist person. He was able to convince anybody to do anything, and I believe he made some of the Fraggles do certain things. I think one of the characters had to put cups on her hands, and another one had to balance something on her head. So that
Like a
epi that
cult.
yeah, well, it was kinda talking along the lines of, like, mega churches that we have. It was the same situation
Mhm.
that they were doing. So if anybody had a chance, you should if you can watch the old it was 1983, so it was a short-lived show, but it actually dealt with a lot of tough issues that now since I look back watching some of those old episodes, I was like, "Wow, I didn't know that was that deep of a show, really."
Yes, it does say when we were researching that it was designed to appeal to children, but layered with adult metaphors.
Right. So,
And then obviously they tackled the themes of community, diversity, and environmentalism.
yeah, I didn't know. Okay, so for example, I remember in Fraggle Rock, the Fraggles used to always go talk to this lady. She was a trash lady, pretty much toxic. Which, if you look at the metaphor, when we go to our cell phone or we look at our social media or we go to the internet, it's pretty much trash. But it's whenever they had an issue, they would go to the trash, which is going to like, the internet, pretty
Mhm.
much. So.
Mm.
You look at it like I said, if you go back to your childhood, I'm sorry, this one is kind of more nostalgic because I grew up with like Henson, so that's why I was more giddy about rewatching Labyrinth, and I'm about to watch Dark Crystal tomorrow night.
And that's the next one that we have on here, guys. I don't even know what that is. He was like, "Oh, we can do another video on Dark Crystal." And I was, "No,
I
nobody knows
mean,
what
come
that
on
is."
now, when Apple had a buy two deal, you get Labyrinth and Dark
We'll
Crystal.
get 2 views on that one. Nobody knows what it is. So Dark Crystal 1982 was actually before this movie. So it was a groundbreaking fantasy film co-directed by Frank Oz, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Notable for 100% puppet cast, no humans were on screen at all, and it's now considered a cult classic as well. There's actually a Netflix prequel series called The Dark Crystal Age of Resistance, which was released in 2019.
Yeah, I think I heard about it and I did not get a chance to, but I think now you said it's a prequel?
Yeah, that's what it says.
Oh, okay, so then I might watch that and then go ahead and watch Dark Crystal. Thank you for that info, man. I didn't even know. See, like notes. I don't even get check look at those notes, and she dropped a dime on me.
And then Sesame Street, guys, of course, he created beloved characters like Big Bird, Ernie, Bert, Cookie Monster, and Oscar the Grouch. His work on Sesame Street redefined educational TV for
I
children.
believe Oscar is my spirit animal. I will definitely say
Even
that.
though nobody can tell you you're grumpy, but you can say that about yourself.
Yeah,
Wow.
I can definitely say that.
Jeez. And then experimental and adult projects. The Jim Henson Hour in 1989 was a variety show mixing high fantasy tech and experimental puppetry. And he also had a thing called Storyteller Series, which was blending European folklore with dark mythic puppetry.
Mm.
So he's dabbling in the dark arts of adult entertainment.
Well, I mean, if you looked at Labyrinth and the wardrobe malfunction with David Bowie, I mean, geez.
The movie itself, after watching it as an adult, because I haven't watched it in so many years, is really creepy. I don't know why our parents let us watch it, honestly.
They're like, "Hey, man, how can we get our kids into, horror films?
I
Let's
guess.
let's ease them in with, some of this, Jim Henson stuff."
Wow. So, guys, we're going to talk about why David Bowie was cast in The Labyrinth. So, Jim Henson wanted a rock star, not just an actor. He knew the Goblin King needed to have charisma, be otherworldly, and musically talented. He wanted someone who could pull in both the kids and the adults, someone larger than life.
So, I'll admit, I mean, it was the right time for him, he was the right person. Uh, I'm sure Jim had other people that he wanted to use before just,
Yep, I have the list.
Oh, okay. Did you
The
check it
short list of Goblin Kings
did you
were
check it twice?
yeah.
Okay.
So Henson and producer George Lucas considered several musicians and actors before Bowie. They considered Mick Jagger, Sting, Prince. I don't know. Prince would have been weird, I think, because he's so little.
Yeah, I think Prince, they definitely rest in peace. They're gonna have to probably put him on some stilts or something.
And then Michael Jackson as well. They were all reportedly discussed at different points. Ultimately, David Bowie won out because of his sex appeal, his theatrical ability, and his artistic weirdness, which they thought would fit good for the movie because it was weird.
Yeah, no, it was very weird, especially the hands. When the door scene, you got to choose which one is the right door, and then, "Oh, yeah, we're just the helping hands," and it's all the hands and just I guess for that moment, it made me feel like all those girls that went to Woodstock '99
Wow.
or went to that, Astroworld thing. Please check the other video that we have about that. But yeah, that's what it must have felt like for her going down with all those hands. Those were all man hands. You didn't see no feminine. I didn't see no feminine hands at all.
So
Uh-uh.
there were some iconic lines in the movie too. Like there was one line where she was, I guess, came across those people that were fire dancing that took their heads off and stuff. And they said they told her, "Where are you going with a head like that?" or something. And
Yeah,
I've heard that
yeah.
line before, and I didn't know it really came from that movie or anything.
But the crazy thing is you talk about the fire people, those were just people that just wanted to party, live life, and, eh, really,
They're just taking their heads off to
they're just
throw them
taking their
around.
heads off, just enjoying life, not even
And
caring
then
about
she threw
anything.
their heads, and they're like, "That's against the rules. Only people can throw their own heads, not other people."
Yeah.
Oh,
I think the cool thing I like was the worm.
yeah,
Um,
the little worm guy was
I
cute.
do wanna create a little T-shirt, 2 peas out the pod with a little worm on it.
Wow. So Brian Froud's influence, he was the concept artist for the film. His artwork was inspired by much of the film's design. He had drawn the Goblin King as a flamboyant, almost glam rock figure. So when Bowie was suggested, his image fit the sketches almost perfectly. And then why Bowie said yes. Bowie had kids of his own at the time and loved the idea of making a movie they could enjoy, although I don't know who read the script and thought it was a kids' movie. I mean, we watched it, but I don't know if we should have.
I can't believe it Bowie signed on for that, for his kids to see his sock
Wow.
just hanging around out there.
And then it said he was also fascinated by Jim Henson's puppetry and wanted to work on a project that mixed music, fantasy, and art. He was also promised freedom to contribute music, so he wrote and performed songs like Magic Dance and As the World Falls Down. Magic Dance is the best song in the whole movie, guys. You should check that out. Obviously, we can't put it on here because copyright, but you can Google it, and it's the best song ever for the movie. It's my favorite part.
I did like the, junk lady.
Yeah.
The junk lady in there made me realize that, we are but there are people in our world that are hoarders and they
I
hoard
think
things
everyone's a
and stuff.
hoarder to a certain point.
Yeah. I can definitely see when watching the movie. I'm 39 now, so I've been through some of those trials and tribulations in life. So I was like, yeah, that sounds about right.
Wow. And then once Bowie was officially cast, the script was adjusted to include more songs and scenes that played to his strengths. His performance wasn't just acting, it was a mix of a rock concert, theater, and fantasy villain.
Yeah, I thought he did pretty well as the villain in that one. I, I mean,
Yeah.
geez.
And then Jim Henson actually flew to London to personally convince Bowie to take the role. Bowie later said he was intrigued because Labyrinth was so unlike any other film being made at the time, a little scary, a little magical, a little rock and roll.
That's what I like to hear.
Yeah.
That's what got the people going right there.
And then there is some theories that there's hidden meanings behind the film. It's not people say that it's not just straightforward of what you're watching. So two theories. One is the coming of age metaphor. So Sarah's journey is often seen as a passage from childhood into adulthood. So the labyrinth represents the confusing, unpredictable maze of adolescence. Her baby brother Toby symbolizes innocence and responsibility, something she must learn to value rather than reject.
Yeah, and that's why when I was seeing that it taught you a lot of things on top of it. One of the key things I found out of it was the hobble or hoggle him, like he started like just minding his own business, doing his own thing, And he did teach her one thing is it's how you phrase the question or how you ask. Because she was trying to find how do you get into the maze, and he said no, you had to. She had to reword it a certain way, and then sure enough, the door did show itself. Literally 3 feet right there, she passed the door. But, then on top of it, you saw then the worm, like, that I liked, and he even said that everything of what you see is not what it is. So, I mean, just because 'cause you're stuck on something doesn't mean that there's not a different way of trying to approach the situation. So that's what I kinda got out of it. With now going with my adult eyes and then watching it when you were young, you can literally see that, yeah, there is a lot of change and, I guess going through the changes, but you remember in the beginning of the film, she was into doing her play. She was 16. She wasn't really going out because even her stepmom says, only if you can go out on a date. No, she cared mainly about her school and of what she felt was important. And then, she was upset that the baby took a 1-year-old baby took her doll or her, little teddy bear that's I don't know, like, you need a little step stool to
Yeah, I
get it
don't
up
think the
there.
baby took
Yeah,
it.
took like, the baby took it or whatever, so, she went over there marching to the baby like, "Hey, that's not how that works. The baby did that or whatever, I can't believe that." Um, but no, it's just I couldn't really I mean, I did understand a few things out of it, especially with the helping hands. The helping hands was pretty hilarious part of it too. But then trying to figure out which door to go through as you're like again going through life. But you will find friends and you find friends that would backstab you, which Hoggle deep down of his heart of hearts didn't want to do it, but was peer pressured into giving her the poison peach. So it does hold some merit to that theory. So, what's the second one?
The second one is a kind of a fan theory. They say basically the entire story happens inside her imagination. Her room is filled with toys, books, and posters that match the creatures and places that she encounters in the labyrinth. So, this makes the whole adventure a metaphorical dream where she processes her feelings about growing up, which could be true because remember, her dog is like in there as that little guy's dog he's riding, the Ambrosia dog.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's where it holds a theory because in the beginning of the first act or the beginning of the whole film, she's in the park practicing her role, and then she ran off with her dog because it was raining, and she got home because she had to watch the baby.
But then the
Uh,
dog is in the movie being ridden by another dog,
yeah,
dog horse,
yeah, it's a
which is funny.
I think the little guy's name was Densum, the little dog that was riding the dog. And then Ambrosia was the dog's name.
That's a great name
That's a
for a
great
dog.
name for a dog, actually.
Yeah.
I will
We'll
definitely
have to
say
name
that.
our first dog Scooter for after your dog, but then if we get a girl one, we'll have to name it Ambrosia.
Ambrosia, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think so too. I think maybe she just had a dream and that whole thing happened kind of inside her head because it makes sense when she woke up and they were all having a party in her room and everything. So,
But one thing is was it Ludo? He was an outcast. Obviously, you don't see anybody else of him, but he was able to control rocks. I thought of that metaphor as because immediately once Sarah saved him and everything, he was like, "Oh, you're a friend. I'm not saying that he was just wasn't the brightest character, meaning that that's why he was easily captured by the other goblins and was picked
right.
on and so his ability to control rocks kind of made him an outcast of its own, but at the same time, he's not being judged because his friends was always rocks. It seemed like he didn't have friends, period.
Yeah.
So that's why I felt like that character really stuck to her immediately, and she felt the same way too.
Yeah. And then Henson pushed puppetry into some cinematic art. He used animatronics, well, like FNAF.
Yeah,
So he was
FNAF.
the first FNAF.
Yes, he's
No,
the
just
first
kidding.
FNAF guy.
Hidden mechanisms and camera tricks to make characters expressive in ways that people had never seen before. He insisted fantasy films could have dark, almost gothic edges, paving the way for later franchises like Pan's Labyrinth and even Harry Potter. And then after his death, his children, especially Brian Henson, continued his work through the Jim Henson Company.
His son also voiced Ogle. Nobody really knows that.
Not on purpose.
Not on purpose, but he Jim, I guess at the end of the final production or whatever, he petitioned against his dad to not let it go or whatever. But then I guess caved in at the point at last end, and did very well in my
Yeah,
opinion.
because he was basically just doing the voice as a placeholder.
Right.
And then his dad said, "Well, actually, I liked it, so I'm not going to get someone else."
Yeah, and then again, his son was
Yep.
trying to protest it. I thought he still did a phenomenal job. So big ups to Mr. Junior Henson.
Right.
So
And then bonus fact, we kind of already mentioned it a little bit, but Jim Henson collaborated with George Lucas and also conceptual artist Brian Froud. So it was like Star Wars, fantasy art, and Muppets all merged into one.
also, check this out. The baby's name was Toby Williams, but his real name is Toby Fraud. So they
Well, they
did
probably did that so he would maybe look when they said his name in the movie.
right.
I don't
I
know.
That's exactly what I was just gonna go
Oh,
with.
sorry.
Yeah. No, you're good. You're good.
I was just thinking maybe that's why they really did that. But one thing, guys, if you look at that baby in the pit when all the little goblin guys are around, one of those goblins is creepy. It has like red eyes. And I'm pretty sure that baby is probably traumatized for life
Oh
after
yeah,
that.
no, best believe that. I feel bad for any baby that has to be in a horror film. Like, yeah, you're scarred for life, babe.
And I'm
Straight up.
sure, the parents are just like, "Well, whatever," but
Yeah, because
the baby
they
didn't know it was a movie.
no, they just want to cash that paycheck, man. So I'm just saying,
Jeez.
just imagine like I think Insidious one, I think or one of the Conjuring had like a baby in one of them too.
I
When I
don't
was
watch those movies,
oh
that's
yeah,
scary.
yes, but I know they must have had a baby in one of them, but. Yeah, so any baby that's in any of those, horror movies, yeah,
Wow.
you're scarred for life.
Do you wanna do a break for social media hit list?
Yeah, we've gone over to that.
I've been kinda striking out on that lately, guys, like, there isn't a lot of interesting stuff right now. Like I said, it's mostly been politics, which I am not gonna touch with a 10-foot pole.
Yeah, I wouldn't really,
So the first one, guys, we have little Charlie from Willy Wonka. So the original
oh, yeah.
actor that played this on the chocolate factory, I guess, he went on to become a veterinarian. So you can see him at the top there, and he still receives $10 to $11 in royalty payments from the film about every 3 months.
Wow. Gee willikers.
We
I
are going to
mean,
do a video upcoming in the future where we're going to talk about celebrities that switch careers. So that might find itself on the
yeah.
list.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely for sure. I mean, just it's crazy.
Well, that's an iconic role, so it's crazy that he's not making more money off of it, but
Yeah, that's why if you watch up to this point, you know how I feel about celebrities, certain arts, shall I say? But again, it is what it is. It's a business, so
yeah, somebody's still making money off that movie, just not him. And then the
facts.
next one is crazy. So, women no longer needed. In China, scientists have created an android capable of carrying a child from conception to birth.
So what you just do, just going over there to the sperm bank,
No, I think they
take that,
put
and
the
then you'd be
egg
like,
in.
I will take the yellow bot to hold my baby,
No, it's
or
probably
maybe
like
the
in vitro
black
where
bot.
they
No,
they make
no.
the egg, but instead of putting it in the girl, they just put it in the robot.
Right. Again, you get to
Yeah.
also pick the bot you want. I want the one that looks like a taxi cab.
So
That's
this
the one.
works great for celebrities, guys, because we know that they always do surrogates anyway. So maybe eventually this will find its way to the US as well. But I don't know. To me, it's just weird and creepy. I
I
can't
mean,
imagine doing that to Julius when he was a baby and not having him, you know.
well, I mean that is true,
We
but
can't even trust AI. Do you think this robot's really going to do the right thing or you think they're just going to do something crazy?
or maybe that baby is just powering that robot like Matrix. Like it's just a battery
Guys,
inside
go
the
watch our
belly.
2 AI videos and you'll see what I mean about not being able to trust AI because it cannot do basic things that it's asked to do. So I would not allow it to grow the child for you. That's all I'm saying.
Again, I don't know, man. I mean, it's crazy, but I myself wouldn't want that. I mean, that's I mean, the only cool thing I like out of it is just I get to choose my robot. I'll be like, yeah, I want that robot with like the laser beam eyes.
Wow,
I don't know.
jeez,
I'm just saying, man, it's crazy.
it is crazy. So that's our little social media break for the day. The original Labyrinth movie, they did have a budget of 25 million, which is a lot for back in the day. Most of the Scream movies, I think, were around 30 million when they actually made those. So this was a very high budget for 1986. And then when it went to theaters, it flopped. It only made 12 million, I believe we looked up. And then unfortunately, by the time Mr. Henson passed away, he still felt like it was a failure in 1990, but obviously here we are, this many years later, and now it's a cult classic 40 years later from when it was made. And also on top of that, it's made about $100 million worldwide with, you know, DVDs and digital downloads and all that other stuff. So yeah, sad that he probably never knew that.
Yeah, so I guess yeah, you're right. The Magic Dance was the best song.
Yeah, I like that one the most.
Uh I didn't really care too much as the world falls down. Sorry, I was just looking through the music of
No, you're good.
what was on there.
Yeah, we got some hate for not knowing all the Wizard of Oz Wicked songs the other time, so Johnny was like, "I'm definitely gonna do my research on the music this time." So, yeah, so that's why he's looking at it. But, yes, that's why part 1 still endures, guys, because the soundtrack, because Bowie wrote original songs like Magic Dance that are still instantly recognizable, and then the aesthetic, practical effects, the dreamlike sets, the surreal feeling that you're in a living, breathing fairy tale. And maybe most of all, the themes growing up, temptation, and the blurred line between fantasy and responsibility. So that's kind of why I think it's a cult classic on that.
Yeah, no, 100%. That's one of my favorite go-to movies, especially like when you're feeling down or sick or just a little confused in life. It's always good to pop on some good old Fraggle Rock. I mean, sorry,
Fraggle
pop in. Yeah,
Rock.
sorry, I love me some Fraggle Rock. Now pop on some Labyrinth, and chill out with Bowie, man.
Wow. So, are you ready to talk about what they're doing for the second movie? Is there anything else you want to talk about for the first one?
Oh man,
Because I know you didn't really get your diary out today.
no, I didn't get my diary out for this one because I was too busy enjoying that situation that Bowie was doing over there. It's
Yeah,
very weird.
his leotards.
Yes.
That was the weirdest part of the movie, honestly. And then the little, yeah, the creepy guys.
yeah, I mean the goblins weren't that bad. I
No,
mean,
the guys that were throwing their heads around and that stuff, it was weird.
the
The
fire guy.
little guys on the sticks with the chomper teeth.
Oh man, they're just doing their job.
Okay.
So, no, but
Any final parting words for part 1?
other than Lucasfilms, man, doing it. Oh no, one big thing. The dog that you actually seen in the film itself is actually the same dog that was actually with Marty McFly in Back to the Future.
So you think that's a crossover?
That's a crossover. I think that was just a placeholder that most people didn't really know. And I think that was just one way for George Lucas to be like, yeah, I had my hand in there too. Other than, you see it in the beginning of the film too.
Do you think the owl flying away at the end is a crossover for Harry Potter? Like, it gave their flowers to the labyrinth?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure J.K. Rowling. I'm sure she was a wild woman back in her time. She listened to some David Bowie or something. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I would 100% say that. I would back that. That's Johnny approved.
So, guys, the reboot. So, what's happening now? The reboot has been teased for years, but it's officially moving forward with Scott Derrickson, the director of Doctor Strange. Have you seen that?
The very first Doctor Strange movie, yeah. If you're
I
talking
don't
about
know.
that one, that's you're talking about that one because I know they made another one.
Well, whichever one Scott Derrickson did.
Oh, okay. Well then,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then Maggie Levin, known for her work on Into the Dark and My Valentine, is writing the screenplay. The big mystery is casting. Who dares to step into the Goblin King's boots? The studio has remained tight lipped, and some fans say no one should even try to replace Bowie. But Derrickson has promised to honor the original spirit while updating the story for modern audiences. That means more female driven narratives, more fantasy horror elements, and of course, cutting edge visual effects alongside practical ones.
Sorry to circle back, but Scott, he actually made Black Phone, Sinister,
We made a lot more.
the Exorcism of Emily Rose, Black Phone 2, which is supposed to come out, I believe, around this.
So he has a horror background.
Yeah, he has a horror
So it might be
background.
more hoary this time. I mean, this
Um,
one was a lot for 1986, but I think now might be a little more edgier, possibly.
again, if they,
It said more horror elements.
the best way to find out where it's going to be at is, I believe that movie was PG. And then if they do, they can up it to like PG-13, bring more of a
Or
horror
NC-17.
or that too.
I don't know.
Whichever comes first. But I feel as though, yeah, they think of it this way. Are they aiming towards, is this one aiming towards the adults or is this going back? Because,
I mean,
first
it
one,
almost should, right? Because we're the ones that are mainly gonna go watch it. We're the ones that, know what it is.
right. But unless, okay, so again, then we go back to the theory of part one, where you said that it talks about the trials of her going from adolescent to adulthood. So then, if this one's going to be an R rated version of what you're saying, then that means it's going from, I guess, from college life all the way into death, then. If then that means if that's gonna hold that theory from part one, then part two's theory has to hold this theory. Then that's the only logical
Or
way.
they're just gonna make part 2 towards adults because 'cause we're the age group that watched this movie. That's all I'm saying.
All right, well,
I don't know. We'll see.
if they do make the adult version of it, sure, but then it's eh, think of it this way: would Jim Henson want his Muppets to do that, to be evil and to do that in a way?
They already are evil.
No, I mean, no, they look
I
evil
know
looking,
what
but
you were saying.
you get what I'm saying, like, I doubt the name would want that to do that. There's other ways to still bring dark elements. A perfect example is if you look at, Tim Burton's background on his. It's still gothic, Victorian type, but it's not gruesome.
Yeah. No, I
So
know what you
there's
mean.
there's there's ways to still bring it. So I know he has, judging by his background, yeah, he's done great with, horror films, and stuff, and, has a background with Marvel Studios. Great. But, I care mainly more about, are you going to still stick with the music? Because in reality, if you go to, Labyrinth soundtrack, there's only 12 tracks. 6 of them is made by, David Bowie, and the other 6 is made by a songwriter. So, again, if this is
They
going
might
to,
have to use the original music just to keep the film cohesive. I
I
don't know.
don't
We'll see.
I don't know. I feel as though, think of, there's a time of, certain artists, 2016, 2017, they were taking old music and remixing it in a way.
Yeah, they could do that.
I guess, like,
They
that's
don't have the one song Dance Magic or whatever it's called. It's not even gonna be like the Labyrinth 2. I
right.
don't think.
Well,
That's just my opinion.
all I'm gonna say is that if they're gonna go towards a more adult way of doing it, it's gonna, again, I don't remember what the other one was, for, I think Labyrinth was PG, I would have to say. But
Yeah.
if this next one's gonna have to be PG-13, great, or like you said, NC-17, that's even great too. But I just hope that, I mean, puppets really being, we already had Chucky for that, so we're good.
Wasn't FNAF scary and it's technically animatronic
Okay, but
puppets?
FNAF is owned by House, which is a horror factory
Right.
giant in a way. So that's why you would expect that to happen.
So
But
Robert Eggers is gonna be the, director and writer. He's made, The Witch, The Lighthouse, The Northmen, and Nosferatu. I've never heard of any of those.
never heard any of those. So I can't really
And
can't
he'll
really
be
pull.
co-writing the script alongside Sean. It's SJON. and he also worked on The Northman. And then producers and executive producers. So this is a good thing because Johnny was worried they weren't going to include the family. So Chris Columbus is going to help with directing and producing. He's known for Home Alone and Harry Potter, which is cool.
Yeah.
And then Eleanor Columbus, and then Lisa Henson, the CEO of
Yeah.
the Jim Henson Company and
Yeah, there
daughter,
we
is
go.
actually going to
Thank God we got a
help with
Henson in there.
producing it. And then
Like,
Brian Henson, his son, will serve as executive producer.
hell yeah.
You're happy the family was going to be in it.
Yeah, because when it comes towards, I'm very passionate about when artists come out with their work, let it be written, spoken, or any of that. But what he did, give us a childhood, gave us the ABCs with Sesame Street, helped make most of all those Muppets and stuff. So
I
I
wonder if
mean,
they're going to still use the Muppets that he made in the new one. That'd be cool.
yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. That'd be nice. I'm sure some of the old characters are gonna have to come back. I'm hoping that they're
The
gonna come
worm.
back. It would be great. What is it, Jennifer Connelly? She can reprise her role. Maybe she has her own kid, and she went through her trials and tribulation.
Right.
Um,
Yeah, that'd be cool if she was in it.
they can also use. I don't want to do it, but they can use David Bowie's as a background story for it. The king had died. He had an estranged daughter or something like that that took over. Just to pay homage to David Bowie, probably pay one of those songs from him on there. Like again. These were just some of the ideas that it'd be great if they can actually do that. But I care mainly more if it's gonna be I go towards you already had a king. It's 2025. You want to be and this is where I'm not trying to co-sign on to that new agenda that they got, no, I just felt as though, yeah, you can the next one can be a female one on this one because it's only fair. But again, just how Jim Henson had that idea, he needed somebody with a musical background. You didn't say the actresses, right? Yet
You
or
can
anything?
you can throw
No,
out
no,
the one
no.
that you think.
Well,
He said this one before we even researched it, so he
right.
must already thought it would be a good idea.
So the only reason why, because I took your what you said earlier is that, "Oh, well, the first one's a kids, and then this one has to be more adult." So the only person that I can only think of that can generate kids and adults is a person that is versatile in both. The only person I know that's versatile in both of those would be Lady Gaga as the queen goblin or,
Or
whatever you
his
want.
daughter, and they kinda look alike.
Or daughter or something like
I mean,
that.
as long as she goes with her blonde, they look alike a
Yes,
little bit.
and she goes with her blonde, and it's great because, she calls her fans little monsters. Why not? She can call, the goblins and stuff like that. She has a musical background. She's dabbled in minor acting. I
She's been
not
in a couple of good ones, actually. I forgot what that The Star Is Born or whatever it was. That was a good movie. You've seen it.
I no, I didn't see it, but I would just say that that's where I would aim towards. I'm not gonna say any of the other actresses that you may say aren't good or anything. I would have to do a little bit more further background, try to look at summer Broadway work or whatever. Because I remember during COVID, or was it what was the chick that played as Wonder Woman or whatever, and she's like the evil witch or whatever in Snow White. Like, she does not sing very well at all.
Yeah.
So, that's why you would want somebody that has somewhat of a background in singing.
Yeah, I think and Lady Gaga probably could do a couple of her own songs,
Now
kinda
that
like
okay,
Bowie
see,
did too.
yes, that is
So
the
those could
only
probably be classic hits for the second one.
that's what I'm trying to say, like, that's where you would have to do some Chris Noll and some Heath Ledger look like, "Hey, man, this is what David Bowie had written, and you have to give that to her so she can at least try to come up with her own 6 songs or something to it."
Yeah.
Um
Or remix those or something, yeah, just something more to it
I
instead of
I'm
just an
not saying
actress.
remix or anything like that, but come up with her own
No, but I'm
version.
saying she could also use the one and maybe remix some of her own
Right,
onto it
right,
too.
or that one, or just the one that you like.
So other female leads, if they dare, would be Tilda Swinton. So she was in Chronicles of Narnia and also Doctor Strange. So she's commanding and already proven in fantasy. So I guess that's why she made it onto the list here. Secondly, would be Cate Blanchett. So she was in Lord of the Rings and Thor. And they said when we were researching that she's possibly in the running because she's magnetic and she'd be able to balance the
Who
menace with
was
elegance.
who was that second one?
Cate Blanchett. And then Lady Gaga, as he said, she's in the running because obviously her theatrical ability, her musical talent, and the bold presence to echo the kind of boundary pushing Bowie brought. I think that's really true.
Yeah, it's
So, what do you
very
think of the first two? And then I'll go to the next one Tilda and Kate.
yeah, I
Tilda kind of looks like him too, like pasty.
the thing is does she have I'm looking at her movies. I don't again, it's that's the reason why he chose Bowie is just that he has also a
No,
musical
I
and a
know. Yeah.
charisma. So I mean that's very important.
I don't know if she has a musical background or anything.
Yeah, I don't right
It just
now
says
from
on
what I'm
here
looking at.
Chronicles of Narnia and Doctor Strange.
Yeah, so nothing really. And then Kate Blanchett, she did Ragnarok,
Did what?
Ocean's 8. That's
Hmm.
um Marvel stuff that she did. She did Borderlands and then she did Cinderella.
Oh.
I can't really
And Lord of the Rings, it says.
and Lord of the Rings. So I really can't really get behind either
Now
one of
look up
those.
Lady Gaga and see what movies pop up too, just since we're looking them all up. And
Oh no,
then,
I just know that she did that whack ass what is it Joker. I can't really yeah, she did that
oh, I
like that.
forgot she was in that. We didn't even
Yeah.
watch that one.
Yeah, that's the reason why.
You didn't want
But
to
she
watch
did
it.
she did House of Gucci, Stars Born.
Yeah, The Star is Born was good, guys. If you haven't seen that,
She
I like that
had
one.
like a minor scene in Sin City, Machete Killers, and then MIB 3 or whatever, Men in Black 3. But again, it's like
That's
it's
the
like
way you want it. Why you go,
I'm just like
You just don't like the Joker one. That's why.
yeah. So I'm just like
Maybe that wasn't the role for her though. Maybe she just really is going to be better at this. You never know.
yeah, or maybe check this out. Maybe what they were trying to do is, hey man, we're watching this failed flop movie that we did the first Joker very great, and then we just wanted to do this one where we're just gonna have some music and stuff. Until I said, you know what, you guys should not did any of that.
And you guys should catch our other video on the Batman nipples if you want to see
Yeah,
movies that
bat
really
nips.
sucked it,
Yeah,
sucked at casting people. So the next ones are Charlize Theron, striking, powerful, and versatile. So she was the Snow White and the Huntsman, Mad Max, Fury Road.
all right. I'm trying to check her out. Try to check her. I did like her in Monster. Never saw Old Guard and or Old Guard 2.
Hmm.
But I did like her in Mad Max though.
The next
Yeah.
one,
I don't know. I don't see no musical background.
yeah. The next one is Eva Green. So this one was Penny Dreadful, Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. And she was mysterious and intense with a darker fantasy edge.
Eva Green.
Yeah. Yeah, she looks a little
Uh,
gothier.
yeah. Well, let's
What
try
other
to
movies
see.
was she in?
Not a whole lot.
Does she have musical background?
No musical background.
So Lady Gaga is like the only one so far that has a musical background.
Yeah, I'm not saying like I'm not saying that these actors and actresses didn't go through like a play or something or did some minor background. It's just I don't see it. I mean,
I
I
mean, we
would
don't even know if it's going to be a female lead. We don't know.
right.
Could be another guy, guys. Who knows?
Yeah, but if it's gonna be another guy, who would you want it to be?
Well, it could be his son, like the Goblin King's son, like you were talking about. I don't know. I would have to think about that. I'm not very good with actors' names.
I'm thinking John Legend.
Why? Just because of the singing?
What? The Goblin King can't be black?
No, I'm just saying, just
Oh,
because he
okay.
can sing, that's why you picked him.
Yeah, man.
I was trying to think of people who look like him, not necessarily just
Oh,
a random singer.
oh God, sorry. I just thought we could put
Well,
some
they'd have to have a
soul.
backstory to that, like, who was the mom and how did that happen?
Jeez.
Jeez.
Golly, wow. I didn't ask the story about Little Mermaid and or any of that,
Yeah, but
but
you hated that one, didn't you?
oh man, I do listen. The Little Mermaid, I didn't see it, so I think that just says where I stand on that one.
So you probably wouldn't see this if they had John Legend.
No, I'll see it because of John Legend, because I just want to see some John Legend music, dog.
Wow. I don't think he has the edge.
Yeah, he does. He has
Uh,
the charisma. He's like, man, what's up, guys? What's up, cool, man?
okay,
No,
weirdo.
but
There's one more. Do you want to know who it is?
oh, the last female one,
Yeah, Zendaya.
isn't that a chick from Euphoria?
I don't know. Oh yeah, Euphoria and Dune.
I mean,
So she's
let's
younger, but
see.
she already established herself as a genre star.
Let me
She
triple
has a
check it.
modern appeal to connect with the new generation. Oh, that might be good if they're going that route. They're going the, like you said, the new generation route. She's ethnic, right?
Yes, yes, she is ethnic.
Well, I can't say that.
No, I'm saying yes, she is ethnic.
Well, you wanted to be a white person, so there you go.
No, I just said that, geez, for like, if he has a son, why can't his son be John Legend? Or you
I
know
didn't
what?
say it couldn't.
Or it could be Usher.
Okay, let's just throw any singer in there and call it a day.
All
Jeez.
right, all right, all right. How about this? We'll get okay. Look,
It could
how
just
about
be
this?
Justin
How
Timberlake.
about no,
I'm just kidding.
no,
It's
no,
a
because
joke.
he was not the best
It's a
in
joke.
acting. Uh, I would say Jack Hollow. How's
No.
he has somewhat of a musical pop background.
Wow.
All right, maybe not. Okay. Yeah, yeah, I can see her doing
So what
it.
other movies was she in? Dune, Euphoria.
Challengers, 2024
Uh,
Dune. She did the Spider-Man ones,
hmm.
The Great Showman.
I still think the best option out of the girls that we have is Lady Gaga.
Yes, I'm a little monster. I'm one of her little monsters.
You claim that with everyone. He says he's a bee in the beehive, a monster in the monster thing. And what was the other thing?
I'm Swifty.
That's what you know. You cannot be all of those.
I can be
Jeez.
all.
No, your mom's a Swifty. You're not.
Yeah, but yeah, I go with some Zendaya. Just as long as she takes some singing lessons, maybe right now will be great
They
into the
probably
production.
already have it picked out who it is. We just don't know.
Right. So any luck on the boys who you
No, I
want?
didn't even know because they said that they're pretty sure it's going to be a female. So I didn't even look around for that.
Oh, but we can't speculate.
Yeah, you can
I told you
speculate.
mine. I told you mine too. All right, how about this one? My last one is I gave you three. My last one's gonna be T-Pain.
Okay, fine, speculate. I'm going to pick Macaulay Culkin.
Wow. Wow.
The blonde guy.
At least I tried some musical guys in there.
So none of these ones are musical.
Okay, how about this? Tyrese. He's acting and he does music.
Tyrese probably would take any part he could get right now. So I'm
Oh
sure
man.
that he's struggling.
Jeez.
Well, he pissed off
Tyrese is
the. So, guys, reboots live or die by one thing: respect. If they honor the original while carving their own path, they succeed. Think Mad Max Fury Road. Did you see that one?
Yeah, I did.
I actually like the Mad
I thought
Max
it was
ones.
really good. But
Yeah.
that one's really good.
Actually, there was 3 Mad Max ones, right? Like, they remade it twice or they added a second one or something.
Uh, the Fura one is I believe like a prequel or something
Oh.
like that. I don't really know. I just know that that last one when I saw with Homegirl in it, I thought that was really good. Um,
Yeah, I like those ones. And then I watched the original one too. It was pretty good.
yeah, the Mel Gibson ones. Yeah, I love Mel Gibson.
If they just copy and paste with shiny CGI, they will collapse under the weight of nostalgia. So the question is, will Labyrinth's reboot find its way through the maze or will it get lost in it forever?
Listen, we're not gonna get lost. I think if they put Lady Gaga on there, it would be a great freaking movie.
Maybe.
Dude, she would have. You know what? It would surpass every other movie she might have failed at. You know which one I'm talking about? The Joker one. Yeah. So that won't. So that right there will just take that off of her
Wow.
resume, and we will then put Labyrinth Part 2 as the placeholder for there now. I haven't even seen a House of Gucci, and she did a House of Gucci. I need to see that movie too.
Seen it on one of the other things we were doing, but I haven't seen it. I mean, like I've seen the cover of it, but I haven't seen it.
Yeah, so yeah,
Oh, I
I
think
need
we
to
were
watch.
doing method acting. That wasn't there one of them that did House of Gucci? Yeah.
Oh yeah, Jared Leto. It was
Yeah,
Jared
that's
Leto.
right.
That
That's
yes,
why
it
I
was Jared Leto
recognize
on
it.
that one. Be sure to check out that
The
particular
Tron
video,
video.
the Tron video. Yes, the Tron video. Please
All
go
these
check it out.
callbacks, guys. Just go watch the whole thing.
Yeah, I know. Right? And just make it.
So
Just
you
make
know
it.
who we are.
Yeah, just make it one night of just binge watching and just chilling out.
Yeah, might as well. So anything else you want to put into the reboot and what you're hoping for? Because I know you really get serious about these videos. We do these.
Yeah, no, yeah. When it comes to film movies, I get very serious because I feel as though this is why I made this platform for us to talk about and other fans of ours that are just like minded like us to thrash down those people that be crapping on some of these movies.
So you're good? You don't want to put anything else in?
Oh no, the last thing I want to put on top of it is Lady Gaga or Zaza. Call
Zendaya.
Zendaya. Yeah.
Those are your choices.
Those are my two choices right there for the
I'm
girls.
going with Macaulay Culkin.
I'm still going.
He needs to get a payday. He hasn't worked in a while.
Bro,
It's a
bro, like
joke.
every Christmas.
It's a joke.
Yeah, I'm sure he makes a lot more than Homeboy that makes $10, $11. He probably makes like probably $100
He
every
probably makes
Christmas.
more than that, like millions, probably.
Yeah, I don't know. Yo, you know what?
That's what.
I wanna look up Macaulay Culkin. I wanna try to see if he could come on a podcast, man.
See what movies he's been in lately while I'm talking about the next section.
All
Just
right.
for fun. So, guys, that brings us to the bonus content of the day: hidden secrets of the original Labyrinth. Did you guys know that David Bowie improvised much of his performance, including some of Jareth's most menacing lines? Apparently, he went off script quite a bit, and Jim Henson just let him roll with it because it honestly turned out great. Or that George Lucas actually produced the movie, working closely with Henson behind the scenes. I kind of gave that one away earlier. And here's the wildest one. If you rewatch the film carefully, the Goblin King's face is hidden in multiple scenes of the labyrinth, sometimes in rocks, sometimes in doorways. It's like he's always watching Sarah, even when you don't notice. I did notice that tonight when we watched it. I did see some of the hidden faces.
Yeah, I
Probably
did
not all of
too.
them because I was doing stuff, but
All right, and he's actually being in Zootopia too.
we're going to make a video on that one.
Yeah, no, you still haven't seen part one.
Yes, I have. I watched it with you.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to make sure because I watched
So
it.
what's his movies before that though? Not like old ones. I'm saying right before that.
Changeland 2019.
No, I don't know.
Like I said,
So he hasn't done anything else.
Leaving Neverland 2019.
I don't know what that is.
It's talking about him being at the documentary about Michael Jackson.
Oh,
Yeah, you gotta remember Neverland is what's his name's ranch.
right. Didn't he used to visit with Michael Jackson there as a kid?
Yeah, that's why he's in that documentary.
Oh, okay, cool. So it says Macaulay Culkin does not receive any ongoing royalties or residual payments for the Home Alone films. As is common in many acting contracts, especially for child actors at the time, he was paid a one time fee with no rights to future royalties. So, despite Home Alone being a hugely successful franchise, his contract did not include any provisions or additional earnings behind his initial pay. And he guess how much got paid the first time?
How much?
$100,000.
Well, that goes to show you how the powers that be take advantage of the young actors. Oh well, young actors and parents too.
Yeah.
I will say that I have seen him in a party. What is it called? Party Monster. That was a pretty good one. It's one of those cult classics. I remember him in Uncle Buck.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. I liked him in The Good Son. That was a pretty good movie too. And then also in My Girl.
Mm-hmm.
That was my favorite movie too.
So just to clear up some so the other actors off the movie did get royalties, but he didn't because he was a kid, obviously. So Catherine O'Hara, Joe Pesci, Daniel Stern, they did get standard contracts, which include residuals when the movie's re-aired on TV, cable, or streaming. Sometimes a few $100s a year, so it's not really like what they're making off the Friends. What was the Friends one again? Like $20 million a year or something stupid.
Oh yeah, man. Stupid amount of money.
But guess what?
What, chicken butt?
Do you think Donald Trump got paid for his cameo in Home Alone 2?
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, he still gets checked for that?
No. So at the time, he owned the Plaza Hotel in New York City where the scene was filmed. So his standard requirement back then was that productions used his properties had to include him in as a cameo. Did you know that?
No, but I do know about product placement. So yeah,
And guess how much he got paid?
an undisclosed amount.
No, about $500, it said. So he did a Screen Actors Guild day rate for his appearance, and that was around $500, but it's not confirmed like exactly. And he does
So
get
right now,
royalties too, so he'll
yeah,
get, a few little tiny checks here and there from Home Alone 2 every time it runs.
I'm sure that's what, puts gas in his vehicle probably.
No, he's driving a Tesla. No, I'm just kidding. Don't know.
Still puts
It's a
electricity in
joke.
his vehicle.
So anyways, guys, how was your day? Did you have a good day?
My day was pretty swell. How was yours?
It was good.
The
We both
baby.
say it was good, but I know we both did really have great days. My
Yeah, I know.
day
But
was annoying,
it's
but it's over with, so
yeah, I was just glad to sit back to watch some David Bowie situation happening there.
yeah, that was good. It was, funny to rewatch it under adult eyes. You guys definitely should if you haven't seen it in a
Yeah,
while.
I you know what? I recommend if anybody if you're watching this or just probably just have us playing in the background somewhere, I would try to relive some old movies and just sit back and just you'd be like, "Damn, I didn't know that was all about." Because I watched episodes of Fraggle Rock and started making me start really questioning things in life now. A lot of things.
I think every time I watch a movie our parents let us watch when we were little, I'm questioning things like, "Did they even know what we were watching?"
Like a perfect. I just want to circle back. Like when she found the baby and everything, and then she gave the baby more pillows, more
Oh, yeah,
covers,
I forgot about that.
and on top of that, she gave the baby a stuffed animal. I was like, yo, and that was like back in the '80s. Nowadays, most people don't even give a baby just they give the baby one blanket and one toy only, because they can suffocate themselves.
Yeah, when, we saw that scene just 'cause, we have a new baby that's about to be 6 months old. We saw the scene where she was tucking him in with, like, a whole comforter and a whole regular pillow, and then gave him, like, a huge stuffed animal, and he had on, like, huge puffy pajamas. I told Johnny, I was like, "Oh my god, they're trying to kill the baby."
Yeah, I know, man. That's why I was like, geez, poor Toby.
Our little baby has, like, one of those little, like, blanket sheet things, and then
Yeah,
footy pajamas, and that's pretty much it,
that's pretty
his
much
thing,
it.
so
We're not trying to just we're trying to sleep good so that our we can wake up and be like, oh, he's still alive, thank God.
yeah. Not gonna lie, there's been a few times in the night where he didn't wake up like he was waking up, and I'd wake up like to check him to see if he was still breathing, but then he was, and
Right,
he's just
right.
starting to sleep through the night more. So
No, but I would say yeah, just that scene, and you know how like they had the baby crying. Yeah, I wonder how they got the baby crying. They
probably
probably
because
just
all the creepy little goblin
yeah, that's
things.
probably why. It's like, oh, yeah, this is gonna be easy. Jim Henson's like, this is gonna be really easy. We're just gonna make this baby cry.
And then we did look up the baby, and he's what did you say, 41 or
He's
40?
for the baby Toby that was in the film. He's 40 something years old. He actually follows suit into puppetry and I guess behind the scenes type work. But he's doing good now.
So he didn't need therapy. He just decided to make puppets and be creepy too.
Yeah, man. I mean,
Just kidding.
pretty much he embraced it. He
He's like,
didn't.
I have a trauma bond with puppets, so I'm going to keep going with that.
Hey, and did you know Jim Henson when he created Kermit the Frog, that's supposed to be his I guess his alter ego.
I said that. Were you listening?
No, no, I didn't even
I'm
know
just
that. Sorry.
kidding. I know you're doing your research while I was
Yeah,
talking.
but no, I didn't
Yeah,
even
it
know.
was his voice too.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
whole
I knew
puppet.
that part,
Oh,
but it makes sense because of in psychology, you know how some therapists use like a puppet to project, I guess, your insecurities or how you want to be in a way. So I guess that was just very easy for Kermit for Jim to have Kermit do and be kind of snippy with those jokes and everything.
All right.
So it's a creative outlook. I like that.
Yep. But outside of that, are you ready to sign off? I have a little out speech.
Oh yeah, yeah, I'm ready to sign off. Ready to sign off. Get some of those chicken wings and that banana bread.
Yeah, I want to put a picture of the banana bread in, guys. I made some homemade banana bread today
Home to the maid.
because the bananas were going bad. So I like
The
to make
banana's
banana bread.
gone bad. The banana's gone
Whatever.
bad.
So, guys, do you think the reboot will live up to Bowie's original music, or should Hollywood leave Labyrinth untouched? Drop your thoughts below, make a comment. Obviously, guys, don't forget, go ahead and just subscribe, hit that like button so that we can obviously continue on our little journey. And make sure that you do that so you don't miss our next deep dive into cult classics and their modern revivals. So until then, it's only forever, which is not long at all.
Good night, guys. Peace.
Bye.